Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all all right? I'm good. Look at her. Look, I got a few questions. I need somebody to explain to me where they find the 12 tribes chart in the Bible. I need book, chapter, verse. I need to know where y'all got this from, because I know it came from man, but you should let the word of the Most High be true and every man a liar. And we not to follow the doctrines of men. So if the word tells us to stay away from doctrines of men, why do y'all think it's true? Y'all believe that the Haitians, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, the Mexicans, Guatemalans, the Colombians, y'all done gave them a tribe. That's where all these tribes, that's where they at, right? So can y'all show me that in the Bible? Because if not, you following doctrines of men. And we shouldn't do that. And y'all teaching this to people. So again, I ask, can anybody show me book, chapter, verse? And I'm not talking about second interest, because second interest don't tell you that these 10 tribes, the lost tribes, went to these places. So again, I ask, can you show me book, chapter, verse of where these 10 lost tribes went into Haiti, went into Puerto Rico, went into Cuba, Mexico, Chile, Guatemala, Colombia? I need y'all to show me where it talks about the Seminole Indians being a certain tribe. Can y'all show me that? I need the proof, because I missed that. I missed that. I know I ain't the only one that missed it. But yeah, I need that. Because if you can't show it to me book, chapter, verse, hey, you teaching your people lies. You adding to the word. Not only are you adding to the word, you giving your heritage away. So I need that real quick. Book, chapter, verse. Yeah, quickly. I need to know how you know the Haitians are this tribe, how the Puerto Ricans are this tribe, how the Cubans are this tribe, how the Mexicans are this tribe, how the Chileans and the Guatemalans and the Colombians are this tribe. I need that little bit. Don't worry, I'ma wait. Bye. I love y'all.
All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. Shalom to the hopefully elect. This video is going to be entitled Response Doctrine of Men, with a subtitle of Selective Outrage Among Wicked Israelites. Selective outrage among wicked Israelites. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. So it eventually manifested itself just like I thought that it would. I've seen videos from this chick, this little demon right here, all over TikTok, bringing up other little points. And one thing you got to know for sure right off the bat is whenever women will ignore the scriptures, there's no need in trying to teach her anything, because she's not going to be able to receive it. If she can't receive the fact that she shouldn't even be trying to teach, and it's plainly in the scriptures, she's not going to receive any mysteries out of the scriptures. Now, her whole thing is, and a lot of you Israelites are like this, you're selective. You have selective outrage. And what that is you pick things to be upset about concerning the doctrine while ignoring others, which is really the same damn thing you're mad about. So her, like a lot of Israelites, got a problem with the 12 tribe sign, right? Well, this is the thing. The secrets in the Bible is not meant for every Israelite to receive. Let's go right to the word. This is selective outrage from AI Overview. Selective outrage is the phenomenon of expressing anger and moral indignation about a certain behavior or action, but ignoring or downplaying the same behavior when it's committed by someone else, especially when that person belongs to their own tribe or group. This double standard often occurs due to bipartisan bias and can undermine the legitimacy of the outrage, suggesting it is motivated by self-interest or tribalism rather than a consistent moral principle. And really, it's a double standard, which really at the end of the day, it's just downright goddamn hypocrisy. This same woman that wants you to prove to her that Levi, the Haitians and the Guatemalans and Panama and Chile and all these other tribes, right? She wants you to give her solid proof. She wants you to point that to her, give her a book, chapter, and verse, like she on such a high level, and like it's important for her to get it. But yet she ain't saying the same thing about, if I bet you if you'd ask her what tribe she's from, she's gonna say she's from the tribe of Judah. Well, how do you know that? That ain't in the scriptures. That Negroes, American Negroes are the tribe of Judah, or even that you Israelites. How do you know you're an Israelite? You can't prove it. You can't go to the scriptures and show where you know for a fact you are an Israelite. You're doing it by the same method the rest of us are doing it by faith. Right? Are you not? Now, most of you niggas, you'll say, well, I know the tribes, I know we the tribe of Judah because we went into slavery in ships. Yeah, but a lot of people went into slavery in ships. American Negroes are not the only people exclusive to slavery in ships. Whether you know it or not, you need to get with it, Jake. And at the end of the day, when it comes to you women out there, you hold, in this, particularly this woman, you're very proud. You got yourself on this thing where you making it as if, unless we can prove it to you, right, you're not going to believe. Well, it doesn't matter if you believe. It doesn't matter if you believe or not. Nothing that we teach. The Lord is not checking for you women out there. The main people that's supposed to receive this gospel are men. The flock of the Lord's pasture are men. Okay? When you read in Revelation 7, let's go there real quick. And I'll get to the question because I know how people get. Why you can't answer? We can answer the question. It's been answered already. And not that we owe you any answers. Who the fuck are you that we owe you answers? You're insignificant. When you read Revelation 7:1, it says, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. This is the destroying wind from Jeremiah 51, verse 1. Go and read it, which is the nuclear destruction. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And this is the 12,000 from each tribe that's supposed to hear this truth. You know, now we translate that into the whole 1/3, or the elect from all over the earth, should we say. But those are men. The 12,000 are men. It's not women. You women gonna be saved in childbearing if, and there's a big if on that. The Most High ain't sitting there checking and waiting for no women to receive the truth, because you're not the servants of the Lord in a teaching capacity we're talking about. So it's really not important to us in the ministry that you receive anything. Is it a good thing when women wake up to the truth? Yes, it's good. It's great. There'll be husbands provided for men. Salakia, excuse me. There are going to be women provided as women provided as wives, and men will be provided for those women as husbands. But those are the men of the Lord. That's all the Lord dealing with. He don't care if some goofy woman, right, making these your stupid TikTok videos with a gap in between your teeth, running your damn mouth. It doesn't make a difference if you receive anything that we say, and you can't get it anyway because you got selective outrage. Here it is, you call yourself an Israelite, but it ain't in the scriptures that Negroes are Israelites. It's not in the Bible that America's Babylon the Great. You're not going to see the book. It's not written that way in the scriptures. However, there is still proof that we are the Israelites. Matter of fact, when you go to the book in the curses, right? First, Deuteronomy. And I'm going to make you wait for the answers. I ain't got to do shit. If you don't want to watch the video, don't fucking watch it. We don't care. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So we know that the Israelites are under curses. Do we not? Yes, we do know that. Now when you read around about verse, is it 44, somewhere around there? Just bear with me here. 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they, the what? What are they? The curses shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So we have the curses to look at on a whole as a people to know, okay, this group are the Israelites. Now, at the end of the day, we speculate about particular tribes, but the 12 tribes sign and the destination for each tribe was given by revelation to a certain individual. Okay? So the curses, and we look at the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans, we're the ones that's impacted the most by these curses. So we know for a fact that we are the Israelites. But it ain't in the scriptures as Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites. It's just not written that way. This is all according to faith. Let's get Hebrews 11. Hebrews 11 verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. And the bottom line is you just gonna have to have faith. Hell, you ain't never seen, most of us never seen a real chariot with our eyes, yet we know they exist. We haven't seen the spiritual realm, but we know it exists. We haven't seen the Son of the Most High, but we know he exists. How do we know? Through faith. This is the same way we know that we're Israelites. The scriptures tell us the only Israel gonna receive the spirit of truth. We're gonna be the only ones that can teach it. This is another way whereby we know we are the Israelites. Now we know roundabout, just like she tried to deny, don't give her a second Esdras. Well, why not? Second Esdras said that the 10 tribes came over to this side of the world, right? And that they went to a further country where mankind never dwelt. How you gonna discount that? That's part of understanding who the tribes are. They sailed around the Horn of Africa and they came to this side of the world. You mean to tell me you don't think that the 10 tribes went down to North, Central, and South America? Or went to North, Central, and South America and as well as Canada? You don't believe that? That gives you the specific location where they would be located. What are you talking about? You got selective outrage. You're choosing what you're going to be upset about while ignoring other stuff that you don't know about. And it's the same context. How you going to say Negroes are Israelites? They're damn bushy eyebrows. Little demon. And you can see a real demonic look in her eyes, like a, you know, like she was salivating. You're 100% a fucking demon. This is Romans 8 and verse 24. It says, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Everything is not going to be laid out the way that you want it to be laid out. The scriptures ain't going to say American Negroes are the tribe of Judah, right? Or so-called black people are the tribe of Judah. It's not going to say that Benjamites, you know, went down to the West Indies, but we know that the curses followed us and we were sold in different places, and when the curses followed us. And also, by the way, your little dumbass, when you read Genesis 49, and this has been broken down, when you go to where it says Israel's prophecy concerning his sons, when you go there, and this has been brought out, each tribe, there was certain designations and certain attributes that will be on each tribe, and pursuant to those attributes is also how we know what certain tribes are, such as when you look at the tribe of Issachar. And I just go there real quick. Genesis 49:14. Issachar is a strong ass couched between two burdens. You see, when you go into it, we know that the word Issachar means he is hired, right? Yashikar, he is hired. Who you know work harder and more than so-called Mexicans? What people? But you know, to try to explain that to those that can't receive it in the spirit is really a waste of time. You got to be spiritual to see these things. And if the Lord ain't going to give it to you, then you ain't going to get it. And you're probably just a damn Edomite. You're probably just a tear anyway, you little tear baby. But that we have that. Also, let's go to Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. It says this: surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. The Lord had to give us the secrets in the Bible, right, in code. Because while we was in slavery, if the Bible clearly said that American Negroes are the tribe of Judah, and that Panama would be Zebulon, you know, the Panamanians would be Zebulon, the so-called white man would have completely done away with the Bible. See, you don't get that because you're trying to choose what to be upset about. And I believe somebody put her up to this, by the way, because this girl been having videos for a long time. You mean that just now, today or yesterday or the day before that, you just now getting, you know, you upset about the 12-tribe charter? You thinking that it's doctrines of men? All the while, here you are mad about the 12-tribe sign, but meanwhile, you're ignoring, let's go here real quick. You're ignoring this. You telling us that you got videos all over damn TikTok proclaiming yourself to be some type of teacher. Okay, well, you gonna ignore this? This is the selective outrage. 1 Timothy 2:11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. And subjection means under the rule of. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. You can't sit there on the internet acting like you all high and mighty, that somebody need to prove something to you, but yet you're going to ignore the basic things in the scripture to tell you to shut the fuck up to begin with. How you going to do that? Selective outrage from wicked Israelites. That's how. 14:34. 1 Corinthians 14:34. Let your women keep silence in the churches. Wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I'm in the midst of them. The internet is a whole church. It's where we are. Where our videos are, many people watching. It's church. For it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. You ignore that, and you ignore Timothy the same way. Selective outrage. You want somebody to prove something to you. It's just like when an individual says, and I saw it the other day, a chick had a tattoo with the Most High's name on it, on a tattoo. Just like you see Jake with the 10 Commandments tattooed on their arm. You can't honor the Most High while you breaking the law. You can't honor the Lord with sin. So here you are, trying to be deep, trying to act like, you know, you on this level. And if we don't prove it to you, then it ain't true. Who in the fuck are you? You just an airheaded chick who don't know shit. You don't know nothing, man. And the little bit that you do proclaim you know, guess where you learned it from? From us. You learned everything you learned from a man. The Most High didn't tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, you an Israelite. You know, all the stuff you know about Esau. You call the so-called white man Esau. That ain't in the scripture. It doesn't say the so-called white man is Esau. But you're not mad about that, and you say he's Esau, right? You ain't mad about so-called Negroes being the tribe of Judah, or that we know that we Israelites. If we know we Israelites, you must know what tribe you're from, right? How do you know? Because it's not written in the scriptures. And all the while you're ignoring that women are not supposed to even be heard from. You're supposed to be being silent. So the Lord said he give his secrets to his servants, the prophets. This is Matthew 13, verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So it's going to be a certain a group of people that the Lord going to give the mysteries to, and the others, they're not going to get it. So if we got the mysteries and we teach it, and we know the Lord dealing with us, so much to the fact that there's a great awakening going out throughout the whole globe due to our teaching, then you come along and say, well, hey, why can't I get this? Well, what does that mean? That means that the Lord is not dealing with you. You can't receive the mysteries. Most of you Israelites can't receive the mysteries of the kingdom. You just know you're an Israelite, and you following a trend, and your ass gonna be destroyed. Nobody coming against the ministry of the prophet is gonna make it out of here. You're gonna die. Now, when you read Ezekiel 37, right along with Genesis 49, you see that there is a such thing as the 12 tribes sign. This is book, chapter, and verse. Ezekiel 37, verse 16. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it. When you go into this stick, in the Hebrew, it's a plank of wood, right? That's one of the definitions, a plank of wood. And write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom going to be wrote on this thing, and join them into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? What does sign mean? What is it talking about? Saying to them, thus saith the Lord of power, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. See that? And that's as far as I'm going to go. And we got many videos going into that. So if the Lord commanded us, he told Ezekiel, but we, the things that are written aforetime, written for our learning, we clearly see something being written on with the tribes of Israel on it. Does it not stand to reason that the Lord would let us know around about what the tribes are? Because look, just because you live in Cuba don't mean you from the tribe of Manasseh. You could be a Judite living down there. Just because you from America don't mean, and you a so-called black man, doesn't mean you from the tribe of Judah. You could be from Ephraim or any other tribe. Tribe of Gad, all the same thing, right? You just don't get that because you be trying to be selective in the thing that you're outraged about, and really you just a goddamn hypocrite. And a lot of you Israelites are like that. If you're gonna open your mouth about the 12 tribe sign, you need to think again, because you niggas will quickly say you from the tribe. I know I'm from the tribe of Judah. How you know? Because the tribe of Judah wasn't the only tribe that went into slavery on ships. All the tribes pretty much went into slavery on ships. It wasn't just Judah. Levi and Benjamin was also, you know, in that transatlantic slave trade, hardcore, coming over here. So you don't really know. So just shut the fuck up at the end of the day. But we know you're going to continue on. And this is just another part of the rebellion. You Israelites that are not that are not affiliated with the camp. Because look, women, you ain't in camps anyway. But you got men that are not in camps either, and they rebel or talk shit about those that's in camps, like you're going to distance yourself. Well, that's good. That way the Lord know who we going to destroy first. All you niggas that's running your mouth, the Lord going to fuck you up. But I'm glad that this girl has stepped out and singled herself out. I hope the rest of you women do it, because you hide behind that I'm an Israelite maiden, but we can see that you're a demon. Especially right there at the end, you can see she had that little proud grin. I think that's gonna be the thumbnail. Yeah, hell yeah, that's the thumbnail for this devil. You know, see these girls, especially these red bones, they think that because they cute, that they gonna get special treatment. Yeah, you gonna get special treatment, all right. The Lord gonna have your little ass get ran through. You know, a fucking curse on your house. All praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.